The Baroque ensemble Rebelle, the accent is on the second syllable, is named after French Baroque composer Jean-Ferry Rebelle and has no connection with the Confederacy. Originally formed in the Netherlands 22 years ago, Rebelle has awed listeners around the world with their intelligent virtuosity and joyful approach to music making. Though the evening of April 22nd was cold enough to require winter coats, Rebelle's 5 core members struck fire in an appreciative audience in the friendly acoustic of Trinity Episcopal Church in Portsmouth. Co-directors Jörg Michael Schwartz and Karen Marie Marmer on Baroque violin, John Moran on Baroque cello, Dong-Suk Shin on harpsichord, and Matthias Mauta on recorder and traverso, presented a program of 17th and 18th century musical treasures by composers from Germany, Italy, Austria, and England. They began with the Concerto da Camera in G minor by Telemann. In the Allegro movement, the recorder flooded over the buzzy harpsichord and cello continuo. In the Ciciliano's triple rhythms and the lovely bourrée, one could see the court dancers in the mind's eye. The minuet featured brilliantly ornamented recorder. 4 short sonatas seamed together told the story of an unwilling young girl destined for the convent in Sonata Sopra la Monica by Mardini. The 2 violins and continuo had a beautiful blend with the low notes clear but not overpowering. Meali's Sonata Sesta La Vinciolina was a lament, chirpy to begin with, then long pensive line of recorder and continuo with amazing dynamics. Sonata La Foscarina con il tremolo conveyed a sense of fear with unusual tremolo techniques in the strings, perhaps the Baroque equivalent of a modern DJ scratching. Sonata Corta from Sonate Unarum Fidium by Schmelzer began with a 4-note descending harpsichord scale, repeated and ornamented. Mauta's recorder runs and arpeggios garlanded the basic chordal structure before he doubled the tempo like a demented bird. The pyrotechnics were dazzling. The players also described the differences between Baroque instruments and modern ones, and that the tuning was half a step lower than modern tuning. Corelli's Sonata Opus 3 in A minor was short, lively, and charming. It was followed by Telemann's Quartet in G major from his first Musique de Table, in which the instruments were equal partners. The work utilized the transverso, and ancestor of the modern transverse flute. Everything was in motion all the time, building to an ending that felt like birds wheeling in the sky to some unknown instrument. The movement of Mancini's Sonata Sesta in D minor were full of exuberance and verve, and the final allegro had a call and response back and forth like conversation of a very high order indeed. Sonata number 4 in G minor by England's William Boyce had a sound and approach quite different from that of the European composers. The cello gave voice with power and emotion in the grazioso movement. The marche grave movement was quiet, thoughtful, pianissimo, but still a march. Schwartz was bouncing on his toes in the final tempo di gavotta, which ended very simply. The final work was the Concerto da Camera in G major by Antonio Vivaldi. The violins took the original oboe and bassoon parts in this presentation. The Allegro had different groupings, recorder and cello, recorder and violins, then tutti, and so forth. The Largo featured a busy cello under the cantabile recorder. It was challenging for all, especially the awesomely fast triplets in the recorder, before the movement slowed with an almost cuckoo-like melody. The final Allegro was very fast, very Vivaldi. It was a thoroughly engaging performance by 6 master players, and it was recorded for future airing on Performance Today. Keep an ear out for it. From the other side of the Footlights, I'm M.D. Ridge.